Hello folks, welcome to Lexia's Academy. In this video, we will be discussing a current affair topic presented to you by your faculty Sushma Ketan. So what is the topic that we will be looking into today? E20 Petrol in India. See, first and foremost, what happened? Let's say in a recent press conference, or you can even see the clippings of it where advocate arguing about this your government policy of mandating E20 petrol or ethanol blended petrol as an experiment rather than a national policy. Okay, now this has been taken from a different perspective by the government. First of all, what is this ethanol blended petroleum? See, the E20, E10, E30, E50, E90, E100, or all these are how many percentage of ethanol are you blending with your crude oil petroleum? Okay. Now E20 means 20% of this is blended with ethanol. When this policy was brought about, many people, okay, were panicking, agitating. What is this thing? Let's say when you are mandating E20 or ethanol blended petrol, the vehicles which were made previous to 2020-23 were not having the capacity for this. So they thought your ethanol, let's say, when it's a highly hydrogorpic, which means it mixes and absorbs water. When there is too much of time when the vehicle has not been used, let's say your monsoons or anything that you have not used the vehicle for extended period, means it will attract water, mix with water, settle down and sink. Okay, and when you are trying to start, it will create lot of engine issues, compatibility issues. Okay, and they claim that this will not be covered by our insurance. All this was raised by consumers, for which many of your companies also came forward and telling that no, the instances of your ethanol blended, okay, fuel which is corrupting your engines or the compatibility issues is not there. In fact, we have tested and seen it for before or previous to 2023 vehicles also. That is not the issue. And also the union government also came out and told that the issues have been because of your polluted or your let's say substandard fuel rather than your ethanol blended fuel. This is what is the ongoing debate. So India wants to bring out a rollout of E20 petrol. The public concerns are with respect to the mileage, reduced mileage, engine compatibility, because the older vehicles are not having the capacity to deal with this and it will further cause issues for them. Now, what is this ethanol blended petrol? Again, it is a renewed biofuel wherein it is produced from biomass, meaning what? Your petrol is blended with your sources such as your sugar cane, molasses, or maize, or any surplus food grains. Okay, so this is created as a biofuel. Okay, when it is blended with petrol. Why is this done in the first place? If you see, because it offers as a cleaner fuel, reduces the dependence on your crude oil, and also this provides one sort of incentives for the farmers income, and it is good for your environment also because it's considered as a cleaner alternative. Okay, now the percentage of blending is what we call as E10 E20. So E10 means 10% ethanol, 90% petrol. This was used for your vehicles which were manufactured before 2023. Post 2023 or your BS6 phase 2 vehicles are all E20, 20% ethanol, 80% petrol. This is what the government wants to roll out. The E25 to E30 are higher blends which are still under testing. Next is your E85, which means 85% ethanol. This can be used only in flex fuel vehicles or FFVs. Next is 100% ethanol, completely ethanol dedicated vehicles. Before we move ahead, we have a small announcement from Lexia's Academy. For those of you who want to kickstart their UPSC civil service preparation, look no further, you have found the right place with Legacy IAS Academy. Why should you choose Legacy IAS Academy? We offer a strictly small limited capacity batch size so we can focus on individual attention. Our weekday courses or regular courses batches are starting from 3rd August, 7th September and 3rd November, whereas for our working professionals and students, we have curated weekend batches which are starting from 8th August, 10th October and 12th December. Now, why should you consider Legacy IAS Academy? We provide one-on-one mentorship, regular interaction with educators, and we make sure that there is a good amount of daily mains answer writing practices, test series for prelims, mains, mock interviews, and also a wide coverage of current affairs. For those of you who want to know much more information, you can check out Legacy IAS Academy website or contact the number given below. If you want, you can schedule a demo class both in online or offline medium, okay, and see it for yourself. Now, let's continue with the topic. So, why is India promoting this E20 or ethanol 20 blended fuel? First and foremost is your energy security. So this will reduce our crude oil imports. India is one of the energy hungry countries, but 80 to 85% of our energy needs are import driven. And now with the issues that are going with respect to your West Asia, any global tension happens with respect to crude oil affects India. This means our forex also submerges severely. So to improve or to bring in the concept of self-reliance and to bring in the aspect of energy security. Next, because we are using ethanol, which is using from your surplus food grains, sugar cane, maize and all this, so we will be able to effectively utilize our surplus crops and also add as a incentives for our farmers. Next is from your environmental perspective, if you see, or with respect to sustainability, this gives a lower carbon emission, okay, and it is more of a cleaner combustion. Thus, it is referred to as a cleaner alternative. Next, with respect to economic, also if you see, it reduces our forex depletion. Okay. Next, what are the benefits of your E20 petrol? Again, environmental wise, low greenhouse gas emissions, it's a renewable fuel, and it supports our climate change goals, reduces oil imports, it strengthens our energy security, and this will also aid as another source of income for your farmers. But there are certain challenges for your ethanol blended fuel vehicles also. What is that? Ethanol has lower energy density, which means your mileage drops from roughly 2 to 6%, which means it will consume more fuel. Next is your compatibility issues with respect to your let's say engines, gaskets, O-rings, fuel line damage. These are all some of the things that your consumers have highlighted. Next is your engine stress, because it burns at a higher temperature, okay, it gives higher combustion temperature, and this again they are posing it as an issue. Another most important thing is moisture absorption. Like I mentioned, ethanol is hygroscopic, okay, it combines with water, forms itself and seeps and sinks below your petrol, okay, which leads to water accumulation. So if you see how is its impact on the two-wheelers, okay, they have generally acceptable performance, there's been no structural failures. Four-wheelers, especially the older ones, they are wanting increased maintenance with respect to your fuel system has to be constantly inspected, okay, whereas the newer models which are designed for E20, they have better engine calibration with this. So your government response to this is E20 is scientifically tested and there is no such issues of your engine failures. Your insurance and warranty also will remain as per your pre-manufacturing policy itself. So the manufacturers such as your Maruti, Toyota, all of them have told that your pre-2023 vehicles, so we have looked up, they do not have any major issues. So what are some of the concerns if you see? The ethanol blending program in India, which is carried out by the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas, it is more linked towards your national biofuel policy, energy security, okay, and also going towards the aspect of self, let's say, Atmanirbhar Bharat, self-sufficient India. What are some of the challenges? Means the economic prices are not getting passed down. You are paying almost the same price for lower mileage and higher running costs. This is something that your consumers are highly vocal about. Okay, and this will lead to food versus fuel debate with respect to agriculture also. Another thing is environmental. It will lead to intensive farming of these crops, which will lead to again a concept of groundwater depletion. So older vehicle compatibility becomes another technical issue associated with it. So what is the way forward? What can be done to address these? If you see, expand the ethanol infrastructure, fuel quality monitoring, and also bring in more about flex fuel vehicles and bring in public awareness on this. And for your automobile industry, develop more of E20 compatible engines, promote your flex fuel vehicles, and from your consumer perspective, constantly give your regular vehicle servicing, okay, replace worn out components. All right, so this has to be a holistic effort rather than government trying to push it down the throats of your consumers. All of them, if they play their part, then this would be a beneficial thing for India. With this, we've come to the end of our content. If you like our content, subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, share it along with your friends. Thank you.